Hi, I'm Miriam Manzo, and this is MMI Design. So we're in what was the original guest room in this home. And this room really, the jumping off point was the fabrics that you see in these curtains. So originally I had found this wool fabric that we fell in love with. And I knew that I wanted to mix it with a linen. And so what I did was I brought in a little bit of this satin color. And I did that in my drapery and started. It's a beautiful feature window. So we kind of started our design here with this curtain. And then what I did was I pulled these fabrics in to the bedding and then designed this headboard or bed after those fabrics were decided on. So I wanted to bring in this luxe velvet in this deep brown color that really played off the lilacs and lavenders that I've used in the pillows. And I even pulled in a trim that ties those two together. And then we found this spectacular wallpaper. It looks like silk, but it actually isn't. It's a fraction of the cost. And I'm not sure if we can get the camera to pick this up, but there's beautiful glitter going through it. So we wrapped the whole room to make sure that it was very cozy and inviting. And then we really brought in flea market finds, garage sale finds, that sort of thing to keep the costs down and still make the room really beautiful. This room and queen size bed now, we did our math and established that that was what was going to fit. And then you'll see I found again another flea market light fixture that we had a beautiful shade made for, and I wanted that to be the focus when you looked up. Let's take a look at the other side of the room. So in keeping with our guest room theme and the fact that we tried to save a little bit of money here because we splurged on the wallpaper and custom bed, we incorporated a lot of flea market finds. So this chair actually belonged to the homeowner and was a traditional chair done in a walnut wood. I had it sprayed, and then I brought in the same two fabrics that we saw in the curtain into the chair. So we've got the wool here, and then we've got the linen stripe running through it, and it just completely contemporizes this antique chair. And keep in mind that when you have these beautiful old carved chairs, when you paint them, it actually really enhances the carving. And if it's a chair you didn't love when it was dark wood, try painting it before you decide to discard it. Just refreshes it and as I said, contemporizes it. So then beside it, we went with something completely unexpected, this gilded tree trunk as a little side table. And then behind me here, we have this beautiful, again, antique buffet that was once in a dining room and again was that sort of pickled wood. The client did not want it anymore, so we again painted it, did new handles, and completely refreshed it. And now it works beautifully as a dresser for the occasional overnight guests. And a French antique mirror. Anytime I have the opportunity to bring in something that's French antique and gilded, it just makes a room sing. So this got pride of place on this wall. And then, you know, my love of geodes and coral brought in here to really just add interest and sort of conversation piece. People love it when they see this, that they haven't seen them in this scale, or you know, they didn't understand the textures that come with this stuff and how beautiful it is. And then I want to talk to you about this little ottoman that I put at the, or bench that I put at the foot of the bed. So this is where you need to start thinking outside the box. So I was actually at a luxury store's warehouse sale when I saw two of these frames. So they were actually originally coffee tables, but the glass had broken. So the store was discounting them deeply to get rid of them, which anybody could have just bought them and bought a new piece of glass. But for me, I didn't think about putting them glass in them. I saw them as these beautiful tufted benches. We did two of them. They went to 2 different clients, one in a foyer and one you see here at the foot of the bed. Again, another conversation piece, and just adds to the luxury of the room. And then the closet behind me, we're going to talk about this walk-in closet just for a minute, because again, it's a guest room. They didn't need as much hanging here as they would have if it was one of the children's spaces. So what I did is I actually designed it for them as a little library. So we've incorporated a lot of old books and magazines and accessories that the client had, and just filled the space so that if somebody was here as a guest, they could help themselves pick up a book if they couldn't sleep. So the guest ensuite bathroom, we decided to do this as a curbless shower. That way, if the homeowners, present or future, had somebody, an in-law, whatever, in a wheelchair or a walker, they would have access to the shower. So we've taken our tile floor and it continues as a second rug inlay in the shower. So we started with this beautiful mosaic. I did a border around it, and you'll see that I've even done the baseboards in marble here. Now, the reason for that is when this door is open to allow easy access in and out, if there's any splashing of the water, it's not hitting a wood baseboard. And you'll see on my showers, I really like to do these towel bars. So you'll see it here on the fixed glass. Normally I do it on the door. Instead of this handle, I'll have a towel bar. That way you always have a towel nearby when you're getting in and out of the shower. So again, really luxe shower. We took this beautiful mosaic and I took that same wall detail that I like to do with the panel mold, and I did it out of marble. So we've got a beautiful detail around the mosaic with a pencil framing it in, and that picks up off of what I did on the floor. And then here on the vanity, I went with a real French influence. Again, I did it floating, but still not contemporary, still very French influence. This way, again, someone in a wheelchair or a walker could get underneath it. And then again, we brought in the French antiques in the mirror, and this time in the sconces as well. And then a beautiful marble top that ties everything in together. We've got a rack over the toilet where we have some towel storage, and just a very roomy space, again making it easier if somebody does need wheelchair access. This bathroom allows it. Even our door was created wider as a pocket to allow for that. Let's go take a look at our final bedrooms. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And in the comments below, let us know how we're doing and what you'd like to see. I'm Miriam Manzo.